Hey guys, good morning. It's about 7 o'clock here in Oregon, and it's supposed to be about, I don't know, 95 degrees today. So we're gonna get started with a few other things that I've been kind of putting on the back burner since I started the Cosworth build. I still need to go order up the piston rings for that particular engine and haven't had a chance to source them. Everything else has come in, and I'm super happy with the progress we're making, but we're not quite there yet to start in on our build video for putting the engine together. So today what we're going to be doing is sort of I guess it's an introduction video, because I've never talked about my 1983 Z28 Camaro. It was my first car in high school. I learned to drive in it, and fast forward 20 some years later, I still have her, but she doesn't get driven nearly as much as she should. So we're going to do some upkeep on the carburetor today and go over a couple upcoming things I'd like to do with that. Let's take a quick little look at what I've got going on with the Cosworth in the garage real fast, and then we'll move on. So forgive the state of my bench, but things are coming together. I got in my gasket kit, belts, head gasket, all that fun stuff for it. We got our main bearings, we got our rod bearings, we got our seals, and everything's just kind of organized and just waiting for those piston rings so I can start putting the bottom end together. The guys at the machine shop did a great job replacing the sleeve and getting us all set up to put this awesome little engine together. I've already got the top half of my main bearings put in, just kind of waiting for the other bits and pieces, and we can eventually get started on that. I've gone through and cleaned and painted and prepped as much as I possibly can, getting us ready to start assembling that. And as anxious as I am, I don't want to rush it. It's something I can't afford to rush. There's our trans. I still need to take the flywheel in to work, have it sandblasted, and then I'll go and have it resurfaced. Another bits and pieces I got to get together, obviously, are the flywheel, not flywheel, pressure plate, and clutch, which shouldn't be too bad. But just for you guys who are wondering, just a quick little Cosworth update and the mess that is my bench. So for those of you who have never seen this or don't know me, this was my first car when I was 15. Came home one day and my grandfather had bought a project car for us to work on, and that ended up being Bessy, my 1983 Z28 Camaro. She's a looker. She's a little old. She's had some rough times. She's had some good times, but she's always been a fun car, and I will never, ever probably sell this vehicle just because of the nostalgic and nostalgicness and the memories I've had in this car. So beautiful interior. I mean, for a 40-year-old car, it's really nice in here. But what we'll be doing today is we're gonna pull lid off everything, and we're gonna go through and check the bowls, clean all the jets, and just make sure that everything looks good in there, because it was not running at its best yesterday when I took it out. It was having a really hard time idling, and I'm guessing that since it sat again for a few months, that there's probably some crap in the bowls and it just needs to be brushed out. Another fun little thing that I would like to do is I found this nifty factory original roof console. I think I paid like 20 bucks for it, and they typically go for about anywhere from $150 to $300 on eBay. Neat little option to have, even though I don't believe it was available in '83, but 84 through 87 or something to that effect had these consoles, and it's just kind of a neat option to have. Pretty cool factory flashlight that came with the roof consoles, and it slides right in there. Pretty sweet deal. I did find a gentleman that's going to sell me the swiveling map light. They're kind of unobtainium, and the securing rings typically break, so that'll be fun to put this in. And now I'll have a sweet cell phone pocket, I guess, because I don't know what else you would put in there unless you're smoking Marlboros and you got your Coors Light in the passenger seat. But yeah, that should be pretty fun. Of course, you gotta have louvers. Of course, there's Charlie. You know, hashtag louver gang, hashtag louver the world. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna get the camera set up, and we're gonna start tearing into the top end of this carburetor and take a look and see if we can figure out why it's running like crap. As I stated before, it's probably just a bunch of junk in the jets and just needs a good cleaning since it sits too much. So let's get started. So right away, I can tell you that, yeah, I've got some contamination issue here. There is a lot of crap in these bowls. So more than likely, we've got some clogged jets. So we're gonna have to pull everything apart, clean everything out, clean out the bowls. And I'm not exactly sure because I put in a new filter not that long ago, maybe last year, when I put on this used carburetor, and I'd already gone through this carburetor once. And I'm not sure where all the sediment's coming from. Maybe the ethanol and the fucking fuel that they put out there today is eating the inside of this hose, and it's just filling my bowls with trash, which is super irritating. I can't stand the fact that I have to deal with this almost every time I pull this damn car apart or pull it out. There's always something wrong. So start pulling everything apart and cleaning out the bowls. Yummy. And I have no idea what that is. I mean, it's like sandy, gritty. I just have no idea what that is and where it could be coming from. Oh, let's keep going. Now what we'll have to do is see if I can get this to focus. Anyway, we got to make sure that all of these passages right here this smaller orifice, this guy, and through the top is clean, because whatever that sandy gritty stuff is in there, it's just going to wreak havoc. So I'm going to use my carbon choke cleaner can with the little nozzle on it. I'm going to blow all those out and get our primary side ready to go back in, and then I'll pull the secondary side and do the same, make sure that everything is clean in there. Beyond that, we should be ready to run. Alright, so I pulled out the driver's side secondary Venturi tube, and now we're pulling out, oh, what did I say, driver's side? Anyway, we're on the passenger side now. So pull that guy out. We need to go through and look through all these, make sure these are clean, and then we'll go ahead and pull this guy out and just give it a little clean. Check down in there. Everything looks pretty decent. Just gotta make sure all the bowls and pockets and valleys are clear and clean, and then we'll start putting this back together, and it should run a lot better. But I'll probably have to go through and retune, which is such with just about every carbureted vehicle. And it's also super important that you make sure that these are moving and functioning. It's got a spring, and it needs to be able to freely move up and down in order for it to function properly. You can get it in there in such a way where it'll be stiff and it's actually caught up because that needle down below isn't actually moving. And boom. So now we've I guess successfully gone through and cleaned out all the junk in the bowls. I've cleaned out pretty much everything that I can, with the exception of going to the idle mixture screws up front here, which I'll do off camera because it's not really any different. You just pull out the two main air fuel mixture screws up here and just give them a good blowout, make sure everything's good there, and then in a little bit we'll fire it back up and see how much better she runs, and probably go through retuning it. All right, well, that went pretty smooth. Let's grab the keys and we'll start it up and see how much better it runs. Oh God, every time I do this, I can't get ready for it. Oh yeah. Feel the power. Whoa. I'm really sorry about that, guys. really weird. Whenever I grab the keys for the Z28, I really feel different. But anyway, you guys did see that it started and it runs a lot better. It's obviously feeding the carb properly, and the idle jets are clear, the bowls are cleared out, and everything is functioning. So I'm gonna call it a day, and I'll go into tuning it next weekend. Work starts tomorrow, so no rest for the wicked. We'll get back to it again and put in that roof console on another episode, and hopefully do some more updates on the Cosworth coming up soon. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Oddfather out.